Yep. What's up? What's up, you guys? Welcome to Evening Tea with Gail. And we had some technical difficulties, but I'm on here now. And I thank you guys so much for being patient. Y'all probably didn't even know we was late, huh? Thank you, Kiki. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kim, for joining me. Lisa will be joining us in a few minutes. And again, you guys know I have been doing evening tea for a while. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much, Johanna, for joining me. I just love you. I just love that you support everything that I do, and I am truly, truly appreciative to you. And so um, this is going to probably be my last evening tea for this year because like all my girlfriends is like too busy to hang out with me and stuff like that. So I get it. And so everybody is just like busy and I get it. And I'm so excited. But I started evening tea, well, how many months ago, you guys? We've been doing it for a long, like pretty much since COVID hit, right? Because I don't get
Yep.
the opportunity to hang out with my girlfriends, my sisters, and we're all doing life. We used to really do life together, like all together, birthdays and all kind of different
Mhm.
things. But what has been going on is that, of course, COVID, and we have all been protecting one another, and we all have really been, just grinding out and walking in our callings. And so I want to do some congratulations before we get into dishing the tea. And with me not being able to be on my laptop because I don't know what happened with it or whatever, but the devil was a lie. I was going to do this last evening tea with Gail. And so this my tea of choice tonight is brought to you guys by the Tea Lovers Cafe, which Tawan Lowe owns. And my choice of tea tonight is cranberry orange. Kiki, what you drinking? I'm scared
I
to ask.
am no, I'm actually I call it ghetto tea
Okay.
because it is like when you go to those carry out spots and they be having like the
Mhm.
tea and the lemonade
Mhm.
and you mix them up. And so that's my
Mhm.
version of ghetto tea. And so that's what I'm drinking tonight.
Mhm.
In my eat, pray, hustle cup.
Oh God! And so we just added Miss Lisa to the thing, and I guess Lisa just came off. Hey Lisa, I'm on my phone because something happened with everything, but we're doing good. And so Lisa, what is your drink of choice tonight?
I didn't have time to get my drink of choice. Kiki, yeah. I didn't have time to get that drink of choice, so I just got some water. Till
Ah,
later.
healthy.
Later.
Healthy. Well, can somebody do me a favor and put the Tea Lover Cafe link in there? Because let me just tell you, this is a African-owned business. I mean, she really has amazing tea. She really, really does. And so, again, Kim, what is your tea of choice, may I ask? I know you behind the chair getting it on.
She typing right now, I think.
Oh yeah, you are typing. Why are you typing in my ear?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm drinking. Yeah, you're so funny. Hi, I'm drinking um, out of my water bottle. You see that?
It's
That's a
really
big
big.
old water
I'm drinking
bottle.
my
Really
Herbalife tea
big.
with some. Yes, it's huge. So it's our
Quit
Is that a
Herbalife
typing.
green
gallon?
tea
It's
with some. Huh?
Is that a
That's
gallon?
you typing
What
in
did you
our ear.
say?
That's a
Yes, it's a
gallon.
gallon. Yes,
Oh
gallon.
Jesus.
Yes. So I try to drink half of it a day. So it has mango aloe and cranberry aloe and some tea in there.
Oh.
So
Mm.
yes,
And again, you guys, thank
yes.
you so much for joining me. As you guys know, usually we have some other girlfriends, sisters on here. But people are busy, and Lisa just did double duty. She just left luncheon with Lisa, hopped on here, so I thank you so much. But I want to do some congratulations to my sisters because you guys are doing some amazing things. And like I said, we all been separated, and usually we would celebrate this kind of stuff in person. So first of all, I want to congratulate Lisa Dove Washington for getting her book in Woman Thou Are Loose. Congratulations. I am
Thank
so
you.
excited for you.
Thank
Like
you.
seriously, I was like, you do that thing, Miss TD Jakes. Yes.
Yeah, that was
So
really cool. Really cool.
yeah, the power of shut up made it to woman that are loose. Yes, that is amazing. That's huge. I applaud you. I am so excited for you. And I want to congratulate my sister, Miss Kiki Ramsey, for the launch of Peak Caddy. Like, oh my God, like like this has been a long time coming, and I am just so excited. Like, I have been able to be in some of the trainings. I mean, this girl is going to change how corporations show up, baby, and how they treat us and how their employees. Like, this is just hot, right? And so also Miss Kiki got a birthday coming up on Sunday. Yeah. Look at her. Oh God.
Scorpio's in the house.
I want
You
to
always doing it
congratulate my
in slow
sister.
motion too.
Look, she like this.
Right?
Look. When I first met her, she was like, now she like,
Yeah, girl, that age catch up with you, honey.
Yes, indeed.
And so I want to congratulate Miss Kim. I know when you started this journey with Herbalife, and I just see the growth of it, and I see all your challenges and stuff. And even though we don't get a chance, like I say, to talk, I mean, y'all are doing it. Like, I am just so blessed to have such talented sisters and women in my life. Like, seriously, I could pick up the phone and literally transform my life just being connected to you guys. And my girl Sean, she's not on here. Of course, she coaching and doing whatever she's doing. She launched her marketing firm, her agency, her marketing agency, like 3 months ago now, which she's been talking about, and she's been working and transforming lives. Kim, if you don't quit typing in my ear. She is going, like, you typing like hard, like for real. I can hear you. Stop.
I'm not touching anything.
Well, it sounds like typing in my ear. Is it just me?
Yes, it's just you.
I hear it too.
Okay.
I hear it. I just don't know where it's come from.
No,
I don't know
I'm
where
not
it is
typing
either, but
anything.
somebody
I'm
typing in my
literally
ear.
holding
And
my
so
phone.
so Sean, and then I want to also congratulate Miss Valerie, who was supposed to be on here tonight. She is going to be a grandmother maybe by tomorrow. Her first grandbaby's coming here. So, like, I'm excited. Like, I'm just really excited. I'm excited about what God is doing in all of our lives. God
I
has
want to
allowed
say
me.
congratulations to Miss Gail Crowder.
Yes.
She received her honorary doctorate degree.
Yes.
Woo, honey, we got a doctor in the house. You know, so that
We ain't gotta say
Thank
Dr.
you.
We gotta say Dr. Crowder.
it's an amazing
No.
honor, right? Like, that's an amazing
really
honor.
is.
And I also want to tell y'all about Gail, because she has, if y'all don't know, she has gone viral on TikTok. Y'all listen, she is viral on TikTok. So if y'all don't follow her on TikTok, you need to go and follow her and watch her videos. I think by now she might even have over 30,000 followers, or very close
That's
to
right.
that, on TikTok. And that has also led to her a spike in her YouTube channel, which you can see all the videos in full on her YouTube channel. And because of that, her business is blowing up, y'all. People all over the world are calling my girl for marriage coaching. And I am just so proud of you, because the way that your business is just blowing up and God is doing such amazing things is the way that I've always seen it. And I know that I don't even know the depths of where God is taking you in your business, but I just want to say congratulations, because you deserve it, man. You really deserve it.
And I want to tell you, as soon as I learn how to use TikTok, I am following you too.
Thank you. I mean,
Like
you know,
that,
I'm
yeah.
not. I just like I say, I don't get a chance. Like we would be eating lunch or dinner. You know how we get together. And like I said, I started this because you know, we're so busy and we don't get a chance to get together. And so, I wanted to jump into our stuff that we would just normally jump into. And I thank you guys so much for joining me. I don't know if you're on Facebook. I don't know if you're on YouTube, but I just want to say thank you so much for joining us. And I'm just hanging out with my sisters. I don't know where Kim left to,
I know she
but
broke out.
yeah,
might
she
come back
rolled
in.
out. So let me add her back
Oh, there
in.
she is.
There she go.
And so, yeah, I mean, I don't know who else is going to hop on here, but anyway, again, I just want to, I'm excited. Y'all see me post the picture. I was looking real tired because I was in a lot of pain. We'll talk about that later, but I got this opportunity for the very first time. You know, my son, Justin, is back home from the Navy. I got an opportunity to vote with both of my children. And
Wow.
I just was so proud because this was Joshua's first time voting, right?
Yeah.
And, growing up, and I don't know if this is true for you guys. Growing up, my mom was like, "You a Democrat? You a Democrat?" And I was like, and I never understood why I was a Democrat. It was just because, right? And so, when I registered, of course, I registered Democrat because that's what my mother said I needed to do. But as I begin to mature and understand issues and understand, the benefits of, really paying attention to what is going on with these candidates and what they stand for and all of these different kind of things. I am a registered Democrat, I will say that, but I have voted across party lines. So I had said when my kids got old enough, I would never tell them what they needed to be. What I did do, which I love that they did on their own, was say, I want you to look and understand what the Republican Party stands for. I want you to look and see what the Democratic Party stands for, and I want you to make your own choice, right? Because I wanted them to be educated, not saying just as because what your mom and daddy is, you know what I mean, that kind of thing. And they have made their choice, right? And they voted, and they voted on issues. They voted on what means the most to them, and they understood about the racial unrest. It was just like amazing for me to be their mom, and I just am excited about that. And so, what did you guys get a chance to experience anything new when it came to what we're going through right now?
Well, I know my son, Tomase, he's been voting for a couple years now. And so it's always good to kind of just encourage him to exercise his right. And he went early with his aunt for the first time to vote this year as well, as did I. This was my first time voting early as well. And so I just found it to be a great experience. I was actually a little nervous at first because of everything you hear on the media and voter suppression and stuff like that. But it was none of that. I really was in and out in 20 minutes. And I just felt so much better when I actually got done. And I was like, oh, okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so I was very happy that he, exercised his vote early, as did I.
Yeah,
Wow.
It was Cameron's first time voting as well, so that was exciting. And it was actually my first time voting early. Usually I'm so like about the day. I got it bad. So I always felt like, okay, let's get up in the morning and make a little, event of it. And Lawrence is just like, really, can we just get this done? But I was like, no, then we go to to breakfast afterwards. And it was a whole big deal. But it was kind of nice to go and do it early and just kind of get that off of my plate, but do it. And then it was kind of rewarding to watch my children, since they're all grown now. And now that Cameron can actually vote, I was like, how are we going to do this? Because I'm trying to make sure he knows that this is important. I know you're down at school, but you have a duty. And I was so proud when He wasn't able to drop his ballot in the box and do it that way down there. So he drove up here 2.5 hours. He went by himself. I was waiting for him to ask, well, Ma, are you gonna meet something? I thought maybe he would need me or something like that, but he just called and said, I don't know where where I am. So I did kind of give him another address. I said, okay, that's not where you need to be. I need you to go to where you're supposed to be. But for him to do that, he drove up 2.5 hours. He voted, and then he came to visit for a few minutes, and then he got back in his car and went back to school.
Wow.
That was rewarding to me, because I was like, okay, he gets how important this really is, and his first time out. So that was wonderful for me.
Cool.
That's awesome.
We voted last Monday early, like you, Lisa. I was all about the day. Let's get up, let's do the day. But just with with Reggie and the transplant and stuff like that, we try to get in and get out. The line wasn't long. It went really well. Trav, my middle adult, voted on Monday, and so did Jared. Jared had been out of town and then came home Sunday and went to vote early, the last final early voting day here in Maryland on Monday. So everybody did their thing. Philip and Tracy out in Denver, they did their thing. And so, yeah, everybody was covered. It was cool because my nephew's first time is just like Cam's and Joshua's first time. So it was cool to see that everybody had done their part and their
Yes.
And it's just that we're all dialed in, and how important it's. Like I was sharing with somebody, one of my friends, she took her daughter to go vote, and they did it early. And how her daughter was schooling her about some of the, the things, the important things that were on the ballot and stuff like that. And I said, I remember when Jared was in 10th grade, that was when President Obama was running for the first time. And he was just schooling us. I said, I didn't really have to do much research that time.
Right.
It was just, he gave me all the information that I needed for everything that was happening during that year of voting. So it was cool. I said, and to me, it's like, it makes my heart smile that our children can educate us about certain things that, we are aware, but like we haven't dialed in like they've dialed in. So that was
right.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like I said, it just warmed my heart. And even with the situation that's going on, voting is this is from Johanna, voting is very important, but who they vote for says, yeah, that's your business, as long as you vote. I agree. She said, had 6 first-time voters. Congratulations.
Wow.
That's amazing. 6 first-time voters. But for me, I'm like her. Like, I just want you to be educated. I want it, and they are doing it like just now. Like Joshua is like on this election, and how all of these shenanigans is about to go on, and all of those things. And his thing is that from what they're saying is that, of course, the Democratic vote, a lot of people, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris said, go out and, do your mail-in ballots, be safe, right? Don't do these large gatherings, all of these different kind of things, which have known to be super spreaders, because today alone, we had over 100,000 cases of COVID diagnosed today. And that has been trending for the last 3 days. Like, we have more cases per day than some countries have in the whole entire country. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But, and so a lot of they're saying, Gilbert was one of the people who did in the mail-in ballots, because as you guys know, he's been working a lot of hours, and he wouldn't be able to get off to, stand all of those different kind of things. And so he did that, but he got his email saying that they got his ballot. It was on time, all of those different kind of things. And so a lot of the Democratic Party, right, encouraged that, and a lot of people got that. So now they're saying that they're cheating and all these different kind of things, which, people was able to foresee. I just think it's sad for our democracy. I think it's sad that, we are facing people who are going to be sore losers, right? A sore loser if they lose, right? And who, I don't know when everything's going to be counted, but people are saying now tomorrow we will have a president. And I am able to employ someone from another country to maintain my website and do some work for me. And for the last 3 days, he's been asking, y'all got a president yet? I have clients over in the UK and over in Australia and y'all got a president yet? And that's embarrassing to say no. What do y'all think about that?
I'm glad they're taking their time and making sure that it gets done. You know, unfortunately, Trump encouraged, you know, day of voting. And so he got, for all intents and purposes, the majority of his votes in that day. You know, his numbers are definitely climbing up in, what is that, Arizona. So he's closing the gap between him and Joe Biden. But the Democrats were following suit, just like, let's just do this and mail it in, like you said, and be safe. And, you know, let's just do it like that. And so the numbers are coming through. I was teasing Kiki, I said her state needs to come through. Atlanta needs to, Georgia needs to come through. They've got 3,000 votes left. That's it.
You need to come on through, Georgia.
That's so funny you say that, because without getting too deep into, I can't get into some of those conversations, but my mother and sister in Georgia. So it's funny, like the last few days, I kept calling. I know she was like, why are you calling me first thing in the morning? What is this about? But I called her and I was like, I mean, when are y'all going to get this done? I mean, just can you call somebody? And, you know, I said that to my mom because she's worked the polls for years. That's been, my mother's been retired for a long time and she's always worked the polls. So this was the first time she hasn't done it, because me and my sister were kind of like, no, okay, you're not doing that. But I was just she kept laughing at me after, because I mean, I literally called her like 6 times. It's like, can you tell him to get on with this? I mean, what's going on here? You know, I mean, so, I mean, it was fun, but stressful. I will say that one of the things, trying to maybe be careful with what, but I was, you know, we'll get the outcome of whatever happens, but I was a little kind of disheartened by the fact that, given what I've watched and I've seen going on for a while here, the fact that the line is so thin was like disheartening to me. And, you know, I can talk more about that later, but that was a little disheartening for me because it's very telling. So regardless of what happens, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and we all need to get it together.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same way. I was just like, man, you know, like my heart, like this, all I can, you know, all I can say is like, dang, for real?
Wow.
Like, wow, really? And people can read what they want to into that, but I'm with you, Lisa, in the fact that I'm just like, it's that bad. Like, so
it is.
I was shocked.
I
really have to admit that, you know, I don't think it was being naive, but it was like, I really did not realize that it was at this level. And that was just disheartening for me. It was just like, I was like speechless. I sat here like most of the day thinking, wow, you know, that I really didn't have a clue. I really didn't. And I think that's where we're not being honest with ourselves, that we think we know, but I was like, I didn't know. I did not realize.
Here's the thing, Lisa, what's interesting about it is that what we're talking about, I think, I don't know if people have the awareness to want to believe what we're saying, right? Like, so I think that if you voted a certain way, you don't want to think that, oh, just because I vote this way, I'm racist, or you know what I'm saying, those kinds of things. But you have to look at a lot of like the evidence and a lot of the laws and policies that come out of another party might not be in favor of everybody. And that's what racism really is when you try to hold down the race of other people. And it's done through laws, it's done
Right.
through policies, it's done through all those things. And so, yeah, you might not like Black people, you might not like people of color, but if you are for laws and policies that hold down a race of people, then that is inherently racist. But people don't understand that. And so I think that's the hard part.
Yeah, and I think I equate it to. Ooh,
Two things are together.
Hello?
I equated
I
to
think that was me.
Okay.
I equated to some with COVID. And you know, when we were dealing with COVID and that came about, and that some people were just kind of like, really, well, I mean, yeah, it's this, but it's like they really weren't able to grasp the fact that this was real. People were, you know, it's like their minds wouldn't let them understand that we're in what we're in. And I see on some level why it was, because at first I kept sitting there saying, I mean, it's really an issue about going outside and being around people. And it was a thought process I had to go through to say, I can't just walk out the door and not grab the mask and do whatever. It's really, I got to keep thinking about that. But people weren't willing to let their minds be like, this is what it is. It's denial. Denial is a beast. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it is. Hi, Valerie. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello.
I had Lorinda said it makes you think that what we it's moving. I'm sorry. It makes you think that these people are seeing, thinking, and feeling that they don't see a problem with the current environment and system. I agree. It also puts a much larger gap with many Black people trusting others. I totally agree with you. And it is very hard, you know, it's very hard to grasp. And I will equate it, and me and my husband had this conversation. My husband was in the military for 20 years and one day. He always has to tell me about the day. And when you look at the military system, it is literally a family all to itself, right? And it used to be, when we was connected to the military very heavily, that we could literally say that we had somebody that we knew somewhere all over the world. And Kim can attest to this as well, because her husband was in the military as well. So it would be nothing if I was traveling over to Spain to be able to pick up the phone and know somebody in Spain or Germany or wherever. And for the most part, when they put on that thing, and we know racism exists all over in every sector or whatever, but for the most part, when they put on that uniform, they became one family. And it used to be that I felt that way with the United States, right? And I believe that other countries looked at us as, you know, all together, right? You know, but it has literally in the last 4 years blown the lid off of so many different things. And that leads me into my next question. Has any of you guys ran into what they call a person called the Karen? And the reason why I'm asking that, because my son Joshua works at the Dollar Tree, right? And I won't say which one, but he ran into a Karen the other day, and he came home and he was lit, and he like, I told her, and I went back and forth with her, and I told my manager and all that, and I'm like, you cannot behave like that on your job. For one, this is just your second job, and you're only 19 years old, and you don't want to be known as the problem child acting a fool behind the register. That's what you have a manager for. I'm not gonna let her talk to me crazy because her president wasn't winning. I said, that didn't have nothing to do with all of that. Like, you know, he feisty like his mama, right? Justin got the laid back Gail. That Joshua is his mama in a boy's form, right? And so have any of y'all experienced the Karen? Because every social media platform got the Karen going on.
Well,
I have not, and I'm glad that I have not.
Look, Kiki, I am with you. I said, I think a couple of weeks ago when I was watching some of that stuff on social media, and I said, Lord, thank you so much for not putting me in certain situations right now, because I can't go to jail. So what I did, look, Karens have been around, Karens and Carls, whatever you want, they've been around They've been around for a long time, but I will share with you a moment that I had. It was back when I was pregnant with my daughter. She's 30, but it was the same type of situation. But I worked at this place, I think like Sam's, but it was like Pace or something. So, and pregnant as you want to be. And the guy, what was going on was, you know, it was clear that he didn't care for, I guess, Black people or whatever it was. So when he would hand the money to pay for his, you know, goods, he put it on top of the register. Well, you know, my mom raised a smart chick, so I can pick up on things pretty good. You know, I read energy and stuff. So I'm thinking, okay, my common sense is telling me he don't want to touch my hand. We're good, you know, because once I figure you don't want to touch mine, I probably don't want to touch yours either. So, you know, it was like I wasn't quite offended right there. But what happened was, because in my mind, I said, okay, here's the test. When I take the money off the top of the register and then I return the change, I'm going to place it in the same place that he put the money to give it to me. If there was nothing behind this, what he did, then he's just going to pick it up and take it. But if he meant to send me a message, he's going to be highly offended when I do that. So as soon as I put the money on top of the register, I'm talking about he turned all kinds of colors. I mean, he called me out. Oh, it was outrageous. And that's when things got a little livid. And I'm saying that nicely, but I was pregnant. I said I was pregnant. So, you know, emotions was high. And I was like, not today. But you know, my manager had to kind of pull me off the register and say, okay, I need you to go in the room. But I mean, even then, there were these moments. I was in the South, but you know, I had never experienced that from being up in Washington, D.C. all my life. So when I went down there, I had to really, I mean, the Lord was with me, because you know, that was a Carl moment, you know what I'm saying? And when it's like, those are the little things that is sad that now people are so easily ready to do that. And we have to teach our children and ourselves that we cannot react and respond to all of that. And it's hard because respect is huge. And, you know, we tend to lose it off of respect. So we have to, but we still have to be, we got to be smart. We just got to be smart.
Yeah.
So Kiki, you haven't experienced it?
She said,
no,
thank goodness.
I know, thank goodness, because I mean, for the most part, I try to be good, but I'm a Scorpio still, y'all.
Valerie, have you experienced the Karen?
Not anything recent, you know, just a few times, you know, people follow you in the store, you know, keep asking you stuff and look like they gonna jump if you turn around and say you want something, but nothing recent, you know.
See, I have been really good. I have not experienced, because I haven't really been anywhere, right? I haven't really been anywhere. I literally have been living in a bubble for the most part, but I have not experienced it. But you know, Joshua was hot. When I say he was hot, he was hot. And I told him, I said, you have to control yourself. I said, that's why you have a management team there. And that's the reason why he's like, she just kept talking. I mean, I'm not going to just stand there and be no punk. It don't have nothing to do with being punk. It has everything to do.
Some people some people are looking for trouble. And that's what we have to really be aware of right now.
It's very intentional.
It's sad. It's very intentional. And it's sad that we have to be the ones that be aware. Oh, child. It's a lot of things that are, you know, sad, but we do have to be more aware. Yeah, because I mean, to make you just sit back and be like, wow, this is the world that we actually really do live in. But you have to sit back and really be cool about it, because now, you know, people are in these open carry states, you know, and they really are looking to be able to, you know, shoot or be able to do something and feel like they justified when they're not.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but we
Yeah.
don't know, and we don't know that the laws are going to work in our favor because historically they haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just got
Yeah.
we gotta be smart. And sometimes, like I tell Cameron, look, because people talk to you all kind of ways. I said, look, sometimes you just gotta, the way to take the fire and the heat off of it is to just not respond. Now there's a catch-22, because sometimes when you don't respond, that's what builds it up, because they're not getting a response from you. So it's hard to try to find that median. I know I've had to find it before, when it's like, okay, now it's not the time, now it's not the time. You have to go into this trance with yourself, like, okay, no, you can't do this, you can't do this, so. And it's hard because now you're trying to do it, and you're trying to teach young people who are like, I'm supposed to sit here and take this. Well, it's not, and it's hard to tell them that you're not taking it, but you're not taking it. You're just taking the high road, and you getting home safely. And believe me, when people behave like that, whether they Karens or Carls or Kathy, whatever, whenever they're acting like that, it's gonna come back.
Lorinda says Karens and Ken.
And Ken's, okay.
She said, I agree with the Karens and Kens have been around. I did experience working in the medical field, and it's sad. And one of them said, I just tell them I'm not my ancestors, and for them to get back. Well, that's what Johanna said. I'm not my ancestors. So she just letting them know I'm not going to say yes, sir, and move on.
Yeah, they got these songs. They got all these memes like, I'm not my ancestors, I'll lay hands on you.
Now, that's a good one.
Right. I'll lay hands on you. Y'all gotta see that video. It's so funny.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
You're so dumb.
It's like, listen here, honey, I will lay hands on you because I'm not my ancestors.
You did not like, have you ever seen, it was a GIF or something on Facebook, and it's a little black girl, and look like she's sitting on the floor in front of the couch. And the heading says something like, she's sitting there and her eyes are closed, like she's just counting down, like, please stop talking to me, because it's the cutest little thing. But sometimes I posted that because I was like, I am having one of those days where it's like, please don't say anything else. Please just don't talk to me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me, please. And sometimes when you see it coming, that's when you got to do. Like, sometimes I've literally like saw things happening and really just removed myself from the situation, because I was like, look, I gotta go home. I can't do this today. I gotta go to work in the morning. Even with my kids, when my child would act up, I said, look, I have a job.
Right.
I do what I want to do. I can't make it to my job tomorrow morning. So yeah, we just gotta just kind of let things, and I think in a general, we need to learn how to let some things, just fall off our shoulders. We react to so much.
It is hard. It's very hard. And, for the very first time in my life, and I grew up with, in the South, Denver Heights in the house, right? And for the very first time, me and my husband sat down with all the unrest and all the stuff that's going on. And we really thought about buying a firearm, right? And I was like, I'm like against that, because I'm like, I still think I can. No, I still know that I can knuckle up, right? And but Gil was like, ain't nobody fighting no more. Ain't nobody fighting no more. G, you,
girl,
that was a long time ago. Huh?
Well, you talk about fighting.
Me and my husband, we've gotten certified. And one of the reasons why I thought that we really started talking about it is I was just like, babe, if somebody were to like break in our house, we would have no recourse at all, right? Like just none at all. No way to protect ourselves or anything like that. And so we just kind of started thinking about it in terms of just our own, our own household protection, not to necessarily walk around and carry and, to always like protect myself against whatever, because I still think that that's dangerous. But I did it because I wanted to, number one, be comfortable, in my own home, just in case something were to happen, and I could protect myself and stuff like that. And I mean, there's, definitely ways to keep stuff safe. And we took the class and we learned all about safety and how to keep it in a safe, and you don't keep it loaded. You keep the ammunition separate from, all of that. So we learned all about that. And also it's fun to like go. And so we and how we started is I bought my husband a shooting session for his birthday one year, because he's like, oh, I want to do that. And I was like, okay, cool. So I bought it for him, and then probably like a year later we actually used it, but it was fun. And so now we go and we do it to like learn. And I got my little pink little earmuffs and, glasses, bought me all that. So I'll be geared up, and it's just a way to blow off steam. But I also know that at the end of the day, we'll be safe in my own home.
And see, that was one of the things, when I left home, I left home at 21, married and whatever, my brother, rest his little soul, I love him and I miss him, he gave me a little something, in case Gilbert got out of line, I could take him out, but it wasn't registered or nothing like that. So he put it in my couch, right? And so the rest of his soul, like he was looking out for his sister, girl. Bye. You know what I'm saying? So I had me a little piece or whatever, and he like, Gay, this ain't registered or nothing, so you good. I was like,
okay. So what I will say is we good. We good.
So now I really we're thinking about doing it legally. We're thinking about doing it legally, right? Because during one of our moving processes, somebody took it, right? And I don't know who got it, but it ain't registered, so I guess they good, right? So I don't know.
I guess so.
This was years ago, y'all. This was years ago. I've been married 30, so yeah. But my brother looked out for me. He's like, he's like, hey guy, you going away from home and everything with this dude? Like, I don't know him like this, so I got you a little something. I'm gonna put it in the couch. I said, okay. And so. Anyway,
are you in the inbox right about now?
My brother gone to glory, but he looked out for his sister. And so anyway, seriously, we was thinking about that with all the unrest and all that. And now, of course, our children are older and stuff like that. And so, at first when they were a lot younger, of course, like Kiki was going through all the stuff. What if they find it? All those kind of different things. But of course, things have progressed. There's, better boxes, all kind of different things. So we're going to be looking into that. And this is the first time in my life that I really am considering getting it, right? And I don't know about any of you guys, but Val, what do you think about that?
Actually, I have thought about that. Probably a couple years back, but I hadn't really looked into it. But I'm thinking about doing so now, just as a precautionary measure to have something.
Yeah. Reggie wants to do that for us to do a class and stuff like that. And Joyce Buttrey, her daughter, has a certification class up in Frederick.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
And
Kiki said it's fun. Like, I know some people that said they really enjoy it. Yeah.
It's fun.
I've heard that too.
It can be. Look, I will say this. We're good now. I'm not certified or anything, but we good. So he encouraged me to go to do a range and just check it out. So I was like, no, I'm not trying to do all that. But I did go with some a group of girlfriends years ago, and after the initial. I was a little nervous, but after the initial moment, Oh, I had a good time, and I brought back my little Target man and was like, "Look, honey, look what I did." So it was fun. I haven't been back since, but it's I think it's you need to go just kind of get the feel. It's a little it's a little scary at first, but I'm glad that I did it. And once I did it, I was just like, oh yes, I'm pretty good too. So
That was terrible. And so that's why I need practice. Because now if I'm like, if I'm this terrible, somebody breaking my house, we gonna still die.
So then you were just like, family.
That's why I'm like going back in practice. We got a whole year membership, honey, so I can go. Because my husband's like, you need to go practice because we're gonna die if that's up to you.
Oh, that's hilarious. Like, y'all can't be home if something happened. Y'all can't be home though.
Okay.
Yeah, and, because it was funny. I said, Gail, I'm the one punch artist because people don't realize what hand I ain't gonna say. I said, I'm the one punch artist. He's like, gee, they ain't fighting no more.
No, they're not.
He's like, they ain't fighting no more. He said, these young kids packing. I said, oh, like I'm really out of touch.
They're gonna look at you and say, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, yeah, y'all are crazy. We're getting to the end of evening tea, and I'm going to read some of these comments, but I'm going to reveal this. But I want to talk to you guys about how you guys have been taking care of yourself during this time. I think it's so important that we really take care of ourselves. And as you guys know, I've been dealing with this for 4 years now, and I feel like I'm a broken record, but I was on this exercise journey. I was doing really well. And just in the last 2 weeks, my hip and the pain had gotten so unbearable. I ended up at the urgent care on Sunday, and I'm trying not to cry. And, on Monday, got a call saying, not only do I have tears there again, I got a cyst that's sitting between my bone and my nerve, and it's just becoming this thing. And so I'm going to have surgery again. And it's 6 to 8 weeks of literally downtime. And as you guys know, I started wife chat from my bed because I was lonely again, just like I was with COVID. And it's like God, my thing is, and I know God is real. I know he's a healer. I know all of those things. But when I wrote an email to Kiki, I was literally I just could not get it together I just could not wrap my head around another surgery. And I'm like, God, one part of my life is doing amazing. I said, God is blessing me. And this part of my life, I'm getting to minister to people all over the world. God, like all of these things that, you want for yourself is lining up. And I'm like, why can't my body be in line with what is going on with this part of my life? And I had to get for the whole week. And I'm so glad that you guys joined me, because for the whole week, I just been down. Why can't this go away? Like, why did the car accident have to happen? And why I can't get well with this? You know what I'm saying? It's just been so hard for me. And so mentally, for the last 2 weeks, I just been in that space where I'm just like fighting to stay in a sane place, because depression was setting in, because I'm just like, I'm doing so great in this area of my life. My clients are amazing. I'm getting to do what I was called to do, but it's like my body is not lining up with that. And so I want to just ask you guys, because I know you're busy. I know you're doing some amazing things. But how are you taking care of yourself in this time?
I just want to acknowledge you, Gail, that you've been through so much, and I know that this has really been just one of those things that has been so painful for you. But I just choose to believe that at the end of the day, you're going to get through this and God is going to still get the glory. And yes, it hurts. It's painful. And it's unfortunate that you have to go through this right now. But we believe in healing. We believe in a good God. And at the end of the day, that's the prayer, is that he heals your body from head to toe, that he can rid you from this thing. And so I just want to say that first.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to just suggest to you too that the prayer, I'm praying that whatever he needs you to receive through this, part of your journey, because it's just a part of it. I believe, as Kiki said, but that whatever it is that you're supposed to get from it, that's what happens, so that you can get past it. Because a lot of times I think sometimes we go through things and there's something there for us to know, learn. And I felt the same way with you. It's funny when you brought that up. I always, every now and then, I'll have these moments when I'm by myself, and I was laughing at myself earlier today because I said something to myself and then I answered it, and I was like, you know what? They say you're not supposed to answer yourself, but if you know the answer, is it okay? So I was saying to myself that, a lot of times when one thing is good in your life, it always seems like something else is like, it's always unbalanced. It's rare that everything is in line, all at once. And I'm wondering if that's designed that way, to keep you, I don't know, on your toes or something like that. But I do pray that, whatever it is he wants you to gain, the strength, it might be some strength in an area that has nothing to do with your body, but somewhere else, that you gain that, so that you can get through it. But I have faith that you'll get through it. You strong for a reason. So when you tell us all those stories about your mouth, because I know, it's for a reason. So it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
When you think about like me being a hairstylist, but losing all of my hair, you talk about conversations, losing my hair and gaining weight at the same time. So none of my clothes looked the same to me. They didn't look good. They were too tight. And you talk about grappling. There are many a nights, many a time in the mirror going, God, do you not know what is going on? Like, how do I tell people that I'm anointed to take care of your hair, but I have no hair to show what I know what I'm doing? Like, I have to take pictures of everybody else's, what I've done to everybody else. So it
Thank
becomes a
you.
place where, yes, like that. And what I came to realize is that I get to then have the same empathy and compassion for those that are coming behind me that are dealing with hair loss. Like, it made me step up my game about trichology. Even though I'm not like a licensed trichologist, I've been connected to trichologists. Even though I've never met like the black dermatologist I refer my clients to, I'm like, if they don't know how many clients that they've gotten because I'm like, you need to go to her, because they will be able to be your answer. That's what you realize, is that it's a hard pill to swallow, to think about the loss, whatever that loss is. You know what I'm saying? Like, my husband was, when I was first losing my hair, put a wig on. Traumatized as a young girl watching those senior choir ladies wearing those wigs. It was no way. And I only put it on for BSB. Outside of that, no, I should say BSB, and for Jamie Bradshaw, who just passed recently. That was the only reason why I was wearing a wig.
Janie Bradshaw was her grandma, and honey, Miss
Yes,
Bradshaw, honey, was put away. She gave Aretha Franklin a run for her money because they switched clothes for Miss Janie Bradshaw
yes,
all the way down to the gloves in the
yes, they
casket, honey.
did.
Yes.
Yes, they did. And so to know what that loss is, like, I recognize that going through the loss is painful, but to know that I could come up on the other side, like whenever I needed to be reassured, God would send people along my way to be like, oh my gosh, it looks amazing. You should be very happy that you have a good shaped head and blah, blah, blah. And for me at first, I was like, okay, I was not happy with the loss. I never pictured myself without hair. Like, who does that? When people say, oh, you're not your hair, of course you're not your hair when you decide that you're going to take that hair off. Now, when I had to witness my hair go away, my eyelashes go away, my eyebrows go away, and not being able to be in control of that, I had to come to terms with, okay, who do you say I am? And know that my loss is not just for me to know that I'm beautiful, but to be able to encourage other women that the hair loss is not unto death. Like, it's not going to cause you to die. Like, it feels like it, because we're, as especially as African American women, when we were growing up, because we're pretty much in the same age, I'm definitely the oldest out of all of us here on this panel, but growing up as little girls, we were never celebrated for our beauty. You didn't see too many African American models that had beautiful hair in their natural state, and stuff like that. It wasn't until like the past 5 to 10 years that the natural texture has been embraced fully and celebrated. So for me to lose it was just like, it was the most difficult thing to do. But to know that on the other side of that, I fully love this bald head of mine. Like, you know what I'm saying? And to know that I can carry you, if that makes any sense. Like, I can hold your hand and say, Gail, we got this, as far as, hair thinning, or, somebody else that's dealing with hair loss, and go, I got you. Don't worry about it. It definitely comes back. It's your alopecia or your state of hair loss is not equal to my hair loss, but know that you can do this, to walk the journey. So I say that to say, what you're going through, we are definitely going to be lifting your hands up in prayer. And as God walks you through the battle, for lack of a better, it's almost like a Moses moment, where he had those people behind him holding his hands up as he prayed the warriors through the war. We will be the ones doing the same thing for you as you go through this quote unquote war, so that on the other side of it, he gets the glory and you get full understanding of what this means. Like, it's a thorn in your side for sure. No doubt it's a thorn, but to know that on the other side of it, you will get so much revelation of why this, you know what I'm saying? And part of it, you can look at it, the enemy could be like trying to like make you not see all that God is doing, has done, will continue to do in the midst of it all. You know what I'm saying? Because if sometimes we can focus on such the loss that we forget or don't see all the other stuff that God has been doing, has done, and will continue to do.
Amen.
I thank you, guys. It's like I said, it's just, I just, it's just like this week, I just was like, God, like, I just keep getting, like, I swear, it's like everything's lining up, and then this. And I'm like, sit down for 8 weeks. And like last time I kind of rushed myself, right? But this time I have to take 8 weeks, and I'm just like, Jesus, like, whatever. Anyway, and so for self-care, Valerie, how are you exercising self-care? And you guys didn't answer the question. I appreciate your answer, but we really need to learn to take care of ourselves in the midst of all of this. So how are you doing that?
Actually, to be honest, I kind of got off track on the exercise part. So I definitely have to relook at that and figure out a way to do it. I mean, I know I walk during the day at work, but it's not the same. So, but I've been definitely trying to increase my water intake and do vitamins and supplements and things like that to help, my immune system. But the exercise part, I definitely have to get back on for sure.
Mm-hmm. Lorinda said, this is great. Johanna says, God has a call on your life all the way up in the name of Jesus. I thank you guys so much. What was you saying, Kiki?
Teresa said, by his stripes, you are healed. And we're going to claim the victory. I realize I'm addicted to sweat in a good way.
Wait a minute.
No, I mean, like, I love working out. So like, and the way that I don't think about it, like I'm going to work out. I'm hurting right now because I've been lifting for the last 2 days. And so my body hurting. So when I get up, I'm walking like I'm seriously walking like an old woman because my body hurt. But
that birthday coming on Sunday, honey. Yeah.
that too, right? But I do my schedule accordingly so that I can get my workout in. So like, for instance, this morning I had a keynote at 8:30. And so and then my kids, have to get up to get ready and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, because I have to be at my desk so early, I need to get up early. So I got up at 5:30 and got to my bike at 6 and worked out from 6 to 7 so that I could then, get my kids ready for school. And then I was able to get myself ready for my keynote. So I work my workout around what my daily schedule looks like, but I'm always getting it done in the morning because I don't like to start my day without having worked out. And then I take a bunch of vitamins at night, like vitamin C and a multivitamin. And I, this green vegetable supplement and stuff like that. So I make sure that I'm feeding my body with exercise and vitamins. And it's just something that I do. And I know, like, a lot of times if you can't like do rigorous exercise, walking is still good. And then there's still a lot of things that you can do for yourself, like meditation or just stretching, that's not like high
And see,
intensity.
I had started walking and I was doing it diligent 4 days a week. Like I love it. I was doing 2 miles. I love it, right? And but for the last like 3 weeks, the pain has just been so like debilitating, seriously.
Yeah.
And I've been relying on Motrin and Tylenol, Motrin and Tylenol, and I know that's not good for my stomach because I started having stomach problems. And yes, I can stretch it or whatever, but at least now I know what is going on, right? At first, I knew about the tears. I did not know about the cyst that was sitting there, and so every time I'm walking, it's doing this, and that's what the pain is. And so that, like, it's not motivating because I want to go walk, I want to stretch, I want to do all of these things, right? Because I want to be sexy, like, for real. And but when I tell you, walking in the pain, it's like this struggle. And that's why I said I have to work on my psyche, because it gets to the point where it's just like, I just want to give up, like, seriously. And so, I went back to that 21 days of meditation that you had sent us, that we did, Kiki, which has really been helping my mind. And even though it's focused on prosperity and all of those kind of things, it has literally been able to help me channel some of what is going on in my head to something more positive, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm still showing up for my clients, and I don't release all of that on them. I'm just talking with you guys, but it's been that place, and I know for a fact they have been a catalyst to help me stay positive, because I gotta do what I was called to do for them. You see what I'm saying? So I know that I have that purpose. But when I get in my time, and when I get up from trying to being, sitting down for an hour, and I literally have to move my leg in order to get it to work, that's a problem. You know what I mean? And then I go back into that space. And so, Lisa, what have you been doing for yourself to keep yourself just taking care of you?
I've been really bad about that. And I've been this week I've actually been I've stopped. I take vitamins every day, and I was like routinely doing my vitamins and doing drinking having some tea, some chamomile moments, just taking that time. But I got out of that habit. I think I let just the businesses and things get too controlling and everything. So I didn't move from my office. I'm just sitting here. My daughter, and it didn't hit me till yesterday when my daughter said, "You're always in the office." And I was like, okay, I need to do better. So I do need to do better. And my water intake has been a real big thing that I dropped. And I do notice that when I drink my water like I'm supposed to, a lot of the things that I'm feeling, I don't feel.
Yeah.
So what the hardest part for me is when you know what to do, like the things that work and make you feel better, and you just don't do them. So I'm trying to accept the fact that, okay, you're just being hard-headed because you already know what you're supposed to do. So I'm talking myself into just do it. Just do it, So I'm getting back in the habit. I had stopped taking my vitamins every day, but it's getting ready to get cold outside and things getting ready to get crazy again. So I'm picking that back up. It really did make a difference, taking my iron, taking my turmeric, and all those kind of things. I felt healthier.
Ginger.
So
Yeah. And so, Valerie said ginger. Yeah. So for me,
ginger.
I just learned this on Dr. Oz yesterday, or day before, or whenever, that we really need to be taking a vitamin D3
Yep.
in our diets, because they're finding that people have a high vitamin D3s, and high vitamin D has been able to combat COVID a lot easier. And for African Americans, we usually suffer with low vitamin D because we're not sun people. But there's Kim and Kiki, like the sun, the beach, and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, but for me, I had whatever. Kim, get off camera.
I'm because I take I take D3, I take magnesium, the turmeric. My mother hooked me up with something that has the ginger, and it has all of that in it. And then vitamin C, and a multivitamin. But of course, my husband, like I think I told y'all before, says, I don't think he's supposed to. He think I'm on drugs or something. I said these are vitamins, okay, but these are vitamins.
I take vitamin D3. I take biotin. I take a B12. I take a multivitamin for women, and I take one more. I forgot what other one, but I am doing that regimen as well. We really need to and I am really like getting into meditation, like the thing that Kiki had sent us earlier in the year, which has been very helpful for me. But I really have been dedicated, and I'm 11 minutes past my bedtime, to really make sure that I'm getting proper rest. And so again, before we end this, I just want to tell you, ladies,
Kim said she's going to share.
Can I share what
Okay, go ahead. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, baby. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What I was going to say, because I commend you all for taking care of yourself. Being the wellness coach, you all are doing well with your water. Please continue. At least half of your body weight in ounces of water on a daily basis.
Kim, when I do that, I will be urinating all day.
And I understand that, but it is necessary because that amount of water helps to flush the toxins and the yuck out of your system. We have so much stuff caught in our guts.
Because I do the gummy bears, and what's that other stuff? Mego, I'm on flat.
You're not.
The gummies. She said the gummies.
We still not.
The gummies.
The gummy ones that I do turmeric. The turmeric twice a day that has the turmeric and the curcumin in it. I do the D3s because of the
apple cider vinegar and the Mago 7. What Kiki told us to do, get it on flat.
Those are my
elderberry.
But I have like. Good. Herbalife has the other stuff that has the elderberry stuff in it. I take some other supplements and things like that. But I will encourage you, ladies, whoever is taking multivitamins, I know they say once a day, but once a day is definitely not enough. You need to be taking it at least twice a day. Because when you take that multivitamin and you go to the bathroom, you're peeing out all of your micronutrients into the toilet. Therefore, if you take it in the morning and at night, at least you're covered.
That's just like a Centrum for women over 50.
Well, you can do a Centrum. My multivitamin that I take, my Herbalife one, we take it 3 times a day, but it's a full, like quote unquote, a full serving of it. So when we have our breakfast, when we have our lunch, when we have our dinner, we are covered with those micronutrients that our macros, our fats, our carbs, and our protein do not cover. So take your multivitamin twice a day. Once a day is not enough. I had a client that went to a natural vitamin shop, and they allowed doctors to come in and answer questions for people. And somebody asked him about a multivitamin, is one a day enough? And he says, one a day is a lie. Therefore, you should be taking your multivitamin at least twice a day.
Man, that's the big one.
Oh, really?
Well, that's the horse meal.
If you need to,
I do the 5 Alive. They're about like this big.
Gummies, if you don't feel like you want to swallow, get the gummies, but you need to take it. You should take it twice a day. Cover yourself morning and at night.
Gummy for me.
Well, I started taking the prenatal vitamins. Kiki told me
2 a day.
I'm sorry.
1 a day. You change their name to 2 a day. Then
get it right.
I just know that doing it twice a day definitely helps. We are people that need the vitamin D. We need the other things. And especially now that we're into this winter season, and the flu season, and just with COVID and all this other stuff, please arm your immune systems as much as possible. There's so much that we can do to help do that. The elderberry, the zinc. Who is it? There's some
Zinc.
teas out there that have echinacea in them, like
Yes.
traditional medicinals has an echinacea plus. Who is it? Yogi has an immune.
Uh-huh.
I take all of those. I forgot.
So do I, girl, so do I. There's a I do it all the time. So and there's
she's confirming for me. Yes.
Yeah, so like the Breathe Easy by Breathe Easy by Traditional Medicinals. There's another one by Yogi. There's a throat care and a throat coat. So all those things that you can do to help build your immune system. I sometimes do old school stuff, do the teas and add some cough drops inside, you know, keep it moving. Add
Yeah,
some
we
evening,
look.
yep.
What do I got it right here? You need to go to the Tea Lovers Cafe.
She's sleepy, y'all. And we're about to get off.
Like,
I am sleepy.
Let's get off.
Kiki, did you put the Tea Lovers Cafe in the thing? Y'all, one of y'all do that. Y'all know I'm on the cell
Okay, so
phone.
I'm gonna get off because I've got to go finish up.
Okay, but Kim, thank you. If you guys are looking for health and wellness, please look up Kim Reed Butler or on
Facebook.
On Facebook, Gail.
Yes, on Facebook and Miss Kim Reed on Instagram.
If y'all don't know me, y'all know I go to bed at 9. And if you're looking for diversity and inclusion, y'all need to look up my girl Kiki. If you're looking for a marketing agency, look up my girl Sean Mason. If you're looking for to publish a book, be in a magazine, look cute, PR, Lisa Del Watson is your girl. And if y'all looking for if you're looking for somebody to have, y'all know what I do. But anyway, I love you guys. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you, Johanna. Thank you for everybody who's joining me. Thank you, Valerie. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Bye-bye.
Enjoy. Happy Friday.
Bye-bye.
Happy Friday. Bye.
Sorry, it's my Friday.
Oh.
Bye.
Bye.